Hello, and welcome to an update of my mobile game, Grocery Rush. I'll be showing the full extent of the game in PIE, then I'll switch over to footage of the deployment. The deployment footage is lower quality and it has a few issues that I'll explain in a bit. The player starts in the main menu. Here the player can drive around in a condensed area. This acts as a semi-tutorial for the player, but it also is an entrance to the level by either driving up to the tunnel or the cave. This is the first level, the Barren Desert. The objective is the same as in previous versions, to collect all the fruit on the map. Here is our new enemy, a giant sandworm. These enemies will damage you should you get too close, and they can easily catch up to you. But by tapping the stun grenade button, a stun will pop out of the back of your car. Worms caught in the blast stop in their tracks for a few seconds. Stuns are a limited resource, however, so players should be economic. Once all 10 fruits are collected, the player can leave via the same cave that they entered. The player will not be able to leave unless they have collected all 10 fruits. This is the abandoned city. It's about twice as large as the desert and features a lot more complex structures. The goal is essentially the same, to collect all 10 fruits. To add more difficulty to this map, there are 2 worms, but each coming from opposite directions. There is a bug that occurs sometimes when a player thinks it's still colliding with the worm, so its health drains despite not being touched. This will be improved upon in later versions. Once the health is empty, the player explodes and is sent back to the menu. Now to move on to the mobile deployment. We've deployed straight to the city this time, for reasons I'll explain in a second. Mobile version, you can still throw your flashbangs, pick up fruit, and enemies will still pursue and damage you. By the way, I'm on my computer monitor right now, but it is being displayed from my phone. The big issue with the mobile deployment is upon switching scenes. When leaving the first scene, the player is no longer able to move, regardless if the player was tested as being able to move in that scene. This more than likely has to do with some aspect of the player not being saved on switching scenes, but I have yet to figure out what that is. However, all other functions do work as intended. Regardless, thanks for watching and look forward to future improvements in later versions.